So this is a bonus video. I wanted to give this video to you, and what I'm going to talk about is something called BodySet. Something which came to me recently as, I guess you could say, a bird's eye view of what my methodologies and my processes are all about. So before I explain BodySet, let me explain its brother or sister, shall we say. And the brother or sister is called mindset. So what's mindset? Mindset is a way to change how you perceive yourself by changing your thinking, right? Mindset. And it's very popular in the world. It's talked about in psychology, in the New Age movement, different ways of putting it. But mindset is a way of transforming yourself and how you see yourself, your self-image, and how you perceive the world as well, by changing your mindset, your thoughts, okay? Now, mindset, the thing with mindset is, for a lot of people, it doesn't work. Now, I've coached umpteen clients, and I can see that for many people, it doesn't work. Now, I'm not saying mindset is flawed. Mindset is transforming the way you think will change your life. But most people have a half-baked idea of how to implement, how to use mindset. A lot of the times, there is an incomplete teaching being passed on to people, either for the purposes of just marketing and sales, and frankly by teachers who don't really understand it themselves. And the reason for that is this. Let me tell you why it doesn't work for most people. Mindset is like this. This is how transformation needs to occur through mindset training. This fist is the equivalent of a bullet train. Okay, it's going at 100 miles per hour. This is how you, this is your thought pattern. This is how you think subconsciously about yourself, for example. And as I said to you in one of the earlier videos, this is how you've thought about yourself, and this is how you're programmed to think since you were a child. This train is coming at 100 miles per hour. What most people have been taught or are trying to do is to put a new thought or a new thought pattern, a positive thought, an affirmation, or whatever they want to call it, up against this train. Now, science, Newton's first law of physics, says in order to supersede this thought, in order to transmute this thought pattern, we need a force equal to or greater than this. So this is coming at 100 miles per hour. We need this thought pattern, this new way of thinking, to be equal to or greater than that. So 101 miles per hour or more. That means we need a force. We need a force. Now, what happens? Most people don't give it the time and the force and the energy to supersede and to transmute this, to overtake it, to push up against it. What happens for most people is there are a feeble amount of energy, a feeble amount of force they'll put up against it. Guess what happens? We've all experienced it, right? We have a thought, a new thought, we try and put it up. And the new thought, when we get triggered, when those emotions and that thinking comes on, that old thought, the old way of thinking just floors you, right? So for most people, they haven't been taught the groundedness required, the more persistence that's required, and the other tools that are required in order for mindset to work. This is why, in my experience, mindset did not work for me for many years. And this is why I predominantly don't teach it. Because I found a way for myself and for my clients, here's a better way. Here's a way that works much easier, it's much natural, probably requires less effort actually. And this is what I term as BodySet. So what's BodySet? BodySet is a way for you to transform the way you perceive yourself, your self-image, through the body. What do I mean? By body, I mean emotions and feelings. Because see, emotions and feelings are the end product of how we think. We have a thought, then it produces a chemical in the body. And that chemical is called an emotion and a feeling, right? So technically, we can change our perception of ourselves either through thinking or through feeling, because they're just two ends of the rope. We can change through either or. Okay, that can happen through both ways. A rope, imagine a rope, one end is thought, one end is emotion. So change can happen either way. But the reason that I choose BodySet, that is this technical term for this new way, which is not mindset, it's through feelings and emotion, changing through feelings and emotion. The reason for that is this. What I found is emotions, when we feel an emotion, that emotion is attached to tens, if not hundreds, if not thousands of thoughts. So an emotion has a collection of memories and thoughts attached to it. Therefore, when we access and let go of these feelings, we are not only are we transforming on a feeling level, we're letting go of this massive cluster of thinking. Whereas when we try and do mindset, we've got thousands of thoughts. And sometimes it can be challenging to be so conscious and so self-aware that we can take the time to literally pluck out all those thoughts. So there's got to be a faster way. The faster way is this emotion. This emotion that you feel is often attached to lots and lots of thoughts. So when we transform and transmute that emotion, we're transforming our thinking. And also, the way we feel is a much quicker access, a backdoor access, shall I say, into the subconscious. Why? Because it's harder to manipulate the way we feel, because when we're triggered by an emotion, it comes on so quick that before you know it, it's flooded your being, it flooded your system. So you can't manipulate it. But that's a good thing, because if you can't manipulate it, there is a way you can transform it and transmute it. But whereas thinking, we can always lie to ourselves in the way we think. We can always avoid and pretend to not understand and hear the thinking that was really going on for us. And therefore, if we can manipulate our thinking, that means we're not always honest. If we're not honest, we can't change, we don't have the awareness. Whereas if we have access to these emotions and we can't manipulate them, then there's got to be a way that we can change that. And that's what BodySet is all about. BodySet is a way for you to be able to transform and let go of the emotions that are controlling your life and that are influencing you in negative ways, so you can let those go, so you can move on in the direction that you want to go in. That's what BodySet is. So BodySet is this overview. So just bear that in mind, what I've said to you. And it's a little bit of extra education, because I want to educate you. Also, I want to be able to help you to implement and experience shifts. It comes on both sides, the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. I'm going to give you a bit of both. So that's it. Welcome to BodySet. I look forward to seeing you in subsequent videos. Thank you.